What is up, everybody? Dan Dasilva here yet again. We're actually doing something pretty cool today. Something completely different is about to happen right here. We're actually diving into the most anticipated series I've ever created. Well, one of the two. The other one's Instagram influencers, or just influencers in general. But the first one, actually the second one, has been Facebook ads. A lot of people have been asking me to reverse engineer some campaigns. And the best part is that I'm literally going to do that. What I'm actually going to show you, we're going to go into my computer, but there's ads that I ran in the last 90 days where, well, about less than, more than that, in around 120 days or so, and we've been able to pull around $150,000 from these ads, spending around, hang on, give me a second. Doug, don't pan into this yet because I want to show this over the shoulder. So December, November, October. Let's just go October 1st to December, what's today? Today is the 21st. So we've done around $150,000 and we've spent a grand total of, it's loading, 98 campaigns. It's loading 98 campaigns, so give it 1 second here. But anyway, as it's loading, we've generated so we spent $9,374.98 on this one single ad account, because you can have multiple sub accounts, and we've done around $150,000 or so. I think it's like $146,000, but we've spent right under $10,000. So a lot of people are asking me how we did this and everything else. And over this next series, I don't know how many videos there's going to be, but right now we are planned for, this is day one, we plan for 4 days of training. So if you're on day one right now, this is day number 1. Great news for you. I'm actually going to start off with everything you need to know. We're going to start off with the actual targeting, creating the ad, scaling your ad, and actually literally going out there and rolling out and scaling a completely different way. So I'm also going to be opening up this video when we go over my shoulder to actually campaigns that I've ran and currently am running to generate thousands of leads. So when it comes down to it, there's one of two things that you can do. And I need to explain this to every single person right here, right now. When you're going out there, and whether or not it's e-commerce or anything else, there's one major factor to any successful store, any successful brand. It's the leads. It's the leads that you generate. Now, here's the thing, ready? Everybody's currently going out there and generating sales. When you're going and trying to generate sales, that's great. But if your main business model is to generate one single sale and keep generating sales, you don't curate, you don't focus on this one particular person, this customer, and turn them into a client, you're gonna lose the e-commerce game. All right, you just have to realize this. However, those of us that are going out there and generating leads to continuously sell products, we're winning. We're the ones that are actually building out brands, going out there and selling our sites for thousands of dollars, being able to turn an average customer value, not average order value. A lot of people are going for high AOVs, but we're going for high customer order values and customer long-term value. What we're doing is we're turning those customers that we generate into higher, longer-term customers. So when you're about to dive in and see everything that we're doing, it's very lead-based, very, very lead-based, because what we're doing for our stores and our brands is we're generating leads so we can hit them with emails, text messages, letters to their houses, and letting them know about promotions that we're doing and a bunch of different type of promotions that we're running. So without any further ado, I actually want to dive in and we're going to get started right away. I'm going to show you the Facebook ads that I've ran, show you a bunch of the leads that we've generated, how much we're paying. This one campaign, we're literally paying 44 cents, 48 cents, 73 cents, 43 cents, 27 cents, 80 cents, 69 cents, 43 cents, $1.52 for our trial offers that we had. So again, we're generating thousands of leads at the same time. So this is something you're definitely going to want to pay close attention to, because I'm going to reveal everything there is to you. And I'm pretty sure that's all I'm going to be recording for this video, because I could see Doug right now. He's really struggling holding the camera. So again, let's dive into my computer right now and let's just get right to it. Enjoy this series. I'll see you in video number 2. Now, really quickly, before we actually get into all the training, number 1, you can download my personal top 11 highest converting ad templates within the annotation right on this video. And if you can't see the annotation because you're on your mobile device, which I could probably only imagine like 80% of you are, it's in the description for those of you as well. And these ad templates, one of them is a PSD. I personally love Photoshop, but when it comes down to it, I also do use Canva because of how easy it is to use. So there's around 10 Canva links in there and 1 PSD for my Photoshop friends as well. So number 2, if you want me to continue to keep cranking out these type of tutorials on Facebook, then go ahead, shoot over a like on this video right away, and comment in the comment section below if you enjoyed the first video or not inside of our Facebook ads training. So without any further ado, let's dive into the meat and potatoes of this training. So before we dive into this really deep, I actually wanted to show you this right here. So first things first, we spent around $4,154 in the last 30 days. Now, obviously, we had peaks over here because I decided to scale up some campaigns. But, you know, the thing is, in the last 30 days, if we just take the campaigns that we ran over here, all right, so I'm gonna show you exactly what we're doing. Let me move this over here, all right? So if we add 2,133 plus 1,257 plus 304, and then we go down a little bit more. We go plus 1,578. So 5,272, and that's just we have obviously other leads as well. So if we added this 1,309 plus 825, so we're going to be close to, I'd say, 8 to 10,000 leads once everything is set and actually active. So as you can tell, I kind of kept the campaigns that are working really well. But here's the thing. I spent $4,154. So out of that $4,154, right, if we were to divide that by, I don't know, 7,000, all right, we're looking at around, give or take, 60 cents for every single lead that we're generating. So when it comes down to it, here's the thing that not a lot of people realize is for every lead within the first 7 days, I'm making $5 back. So if we take $7,000, right, and we actually get $5 for every single lead, we made around $31,000 in profit just from running these campaigns through this specific sub ad account that you see right here. Now, obviously, I have more than one ad account. This is just one specific one. If I went into the other ones, you'll see purchases because, again, we have a different pixel for each single type of store that we run and every single funnel that we create. So when it comes down to it, this particular ad account right here, we only spent $4,000 to make an average back of, well, $31,000 in profit. Now, we actually cleared way more than that, but the average number that we look at is $5 in the first 7 days. Let me just keep that in mind, in 7 days, not over a 30-day time period as well. That's why in 30 days, when we spent $10,000, we were able to go out there and make around $146,000. All right? So again, let's hop into the training right now because everything you're about to learn is how I create these campaigns and how I'm literally able to go out there and pay 55 cents, 60 cents, $1 for all the leads that we're actually going out and getting. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the training right now. So let's talk about creating your first six-figure campaign with Facebook ads. Now, here's what I just need to state from the very beginning. Every campaign is different and never has the same results. Most times the campaigns you think will fail will become your winners, and the ones you work super hard on will become the failures. Now, I'm not saying this is like literally every single campaign, but more than likely I've spent literally days on a campaign trying to figure out every single little minute thing, trying to make sure the ad is perfect, the targeting is perfect, etc., just to launch the ad and have it completely fail. And there's been campaigns where I launched in like 5 seconds that have outperformed any campaign that I've ran ever. So when it comes down to it, there's no 100% way to figure out if an ad will convert or not. Now, again, the only way that you'll ever be able to tell is actually, well, if you go out there and try, if you go out there and test. That's the only surefire way for you to ever tell. So the key to Facebook is not launching so many ads so fast, but focusing on 5 to 10 ads at a time and trying to scale them and try to tap into the audience you're trying to target. So what I tell anybody when they're creating a store, they're going out there trying to generate leads, whatever it is, what your goal is to do is find an audience and see what makes that audience tick. Now, obviously, launching as many ads as you possibly could, not only is it going to cost you a lot of money, it's going to cost you a lot of time, effort, and whatnot. So when I go out there and I look for different targeting interests that I can tap into, I see what's the most relevant. So as we go on in this series, today I'm just going to be talking about, well, simply put, about going out there and ad and the creative side of things. Because that's one of the biggest things that everybody asks me is, Dan, I have ad creatives. What's the best way to create an ad? Whatever it is. So what I actually need to go ahead and do is just basically tell you from the start that when we go out and we do our targeting, it's very specific on what happens. All right, so there is a process to all of this madness. But just for today, I'm going to be focusing on showing you creatives and different aspects of what ads look like, because I already know people are very interested in that. So that's what I'm going to show you here today. Then we're going to move on to targeting in the upcoming videos, and then we're going to be rolling out an ad. I'm actually going to be building out a funnel in front of your face too. All right. So again, the key is not to launch so many freaking ads, but to just hyper focus on an audience that you can easily tap into. Now, again, not all audiences are created the same. That's why you need to do your research. So now we're actually going to be diving hardcore into the actual meat and potatoes, the methods behind it. So your goal for your ads is to have a brand where you're consistently cranking out the same style of ads. Now, if you take a look at everything that I've been able to do, right? If you take a look at the Ecom Dudes brand and all of my other ecom stores, I keep every single thing we do consistent. You need to make sure consistency is the same throughout all of your ads. Because when it comes to a brand like Ecom Dudes, your e-commerce stores, whatever it is, for example, our brand colors are orange, and we always have that inside of our ads. And a lot of people associate this orange and white, or this orange color with exactly what you're seeing right now on your screen, to Ecom Dudes. Now, it's funny because I actually see people in the e-commerce space that are up-and-comers. They try to break into the space and they're using our orange color. And when they actually use our orange color, I look at their comments on their ads sometimes, and a lot of people ask if they're a part of Ecom Dudes. And that's exactly what we wanted to do. We wanted to build up a brand, which obviously we're doing right now, and it's working out very well. And we also wanted to associate a certain color with the brand as well. So this happens a lot. There's logos and colors that are associated with brands, and we're really going for the color angle and then rolling out more so the logo being everywhere. Now the logo, a lot of people also know exactly what the logo is because I added in, majority of our videos that we create. So again, when it comes down to it, keeping your ads consistent is the key. So you want to try and squeeze your logo inside the image as well when you're creating your ads, whether if it's the lower right-hand corner, the upper left-hand corner, or if you wanted to go ahead and make it super transparent in the background, whatever it is, you just want to make sure you squeeze your logo inside of your images, inside of your ads when you're actually creating them. So the hardest part that you're going to face is pretty simple, is consistency with your ads. Nobody really teaches this anywhere else. When creating your ads, you need to make sure that your first ad and your 10,000th ad is the same. It has the same feeling, has the same type of groove to it. You should never have any ad discrepancies in your ads if you want to maintain brand awareness and scale up. Now you're probably thinking, all right, Dan, what does this have to do with anything with creating ads and doing research, etc.? Because this is the foundation. If you don't understand this part, then what's going to happen is, yes, you might make a few sales, make a few hundred sales, but they're one-off. They're quick, fast sales. You're not building up something for the long term. All right, so you want to make sure you maintain brand awareness and make sure that your ads stay very consistent and there's no discrepancies with your first and 10,000th ad. So to scale your campaigns and your brands, you must be able to resonate with your audience through your ads. Talk to them and speak their lingo inside of your ads as well. So you want to keep the tone, keep the consistency. Again, it all boils back down to the consistency of your ads. If there's any discrepancy, that's why a lot of people say, oh, I'll just hire an agency or I'll hire a third party to go create my ads. Here's the thing. When that agency stops your ads, you decide you don't want to use them anymore, the person creating your ad, right, they talk a certain way. Everybody talks a certain way, right? So when I type an email, oh, that's Dan talking, right? So when I'm literally going out there and saying certain terms and whatnot, you're like, oh, that's Dan Dasilva, that's a Dan Dasilva ad, whatever and whatnot. But what you need to realize is the moment when I try to have somebody else create my ad copy for me, I started to notice a major increase in my CPM, meaning that people started catching on that I wasn't creating my ads. And again, it's because my audiences for my ecom brands, even Ecom Dudes as well, people started to notice that, wait a minute, that's not Dan talking. It's somebody else creating an ad for Dan. It didn't become me. I wasn't resonating with my audience anymore, and that's why I decided to go back and do all of my ads, and that was a lesson that I learned. So when you're going out there, I'm not saying agencies are terrible. Agencies have their place once you get to a certain point where you're a massive brand and you can just create an ad, call it a day, and walk away. But the whole point is, when you're up and coming, make sure you're staying consistent with the ads that you create. Very important that we do this. So creating an ad is actually super easy. I'm actually going to show you how to go out there and use Canva and literally the shortcuts to going and creating your first ad type, and also helping you with the brand awareness around your ads as well. So I'm not going to say that I'm only a Canva fanboy. Here's the thing. I'm actually fairly decent with Photoshop. And I can tell you right off the bat that Photoshop is great with 1200 by 628 or really any ad sizes that you have as well. Now with Photoshop, I have more control, but for transparency purposes and just ease of use, but not only that, if you go ahead and download my top 11 high converting ads, I also put them into Canva for you. So you can easily click on the link, edit the ad, download it, use it for yourself, and move on. So what I'm gonna do right now is we're actually gonna dive into Canva, and I'm actually gonna help you create an ad and show you the structure of an ad that you can use that converts really well for me all the time. So without any further ado, let's hop into Canva, let's go there right now, and I'll see you there. So here's a campaign that I created when there was the big Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao fight. Now, I definitely based it off the trend, and this is available on AliExpress as well. So when it comes down to it, it's actually pretty funny because an ad like this, I used gray and white. I love white. White's a very neutral color. So what I did was I actually just took the image and pretty much copied and pasted it onto, well, the Canva image. So the whole point about this, and if you want this image as well, what you can do is you can go in the description right now, or there's an annotation around this video somewhere, to actually download my top 11 ads, and this ad converted extremely, extremely well. I even took it with I actually took this ad and placed other images in it, and it literally converts super, super well. But again, what I would do is click here, and I change the colors out. So obviously I have the gray in here. You know, if you have blue as your primary color in your store, what you can actually do is edit the background too and have like, I don't know, if blue is the primary color, you can just have it blue all the way around. So when it comes down to it, this image is just taken from AliExpress. That's literally it. But here's the thing, okay? What I would suggest you do is Clipping Magic. Check this out. All right, Clipping Magic's actually really, really cool. So if we're gonna head over to AliExpress, I'm gonna grab a random product. We're gonna just type in boots. Check this out. All right, this is pretty cool. Let's say we wanted this. All right, but the problem is we only want the picture of the boots. What we're gonna do is we're gonna grab the boots really quick. I'm just gonna take a quick screenshot of it. And what I'm gonna do is actually go into Clipping Magic. I'm gonna click Upload Image from my computer. So here we are. I'm uploading the image right over here. Now check this out, all right? So we don't want like everything else. So we just want this and the boot, all right? Now check this out. We're gonna use red. We don't want that, all right? Everything just kind of disappeared at this point. And we are getting great. That looks really weird actually without the legs. So we're gonna keep her legs right here. However, we're gonna take this stuff out, all right, and that looks way better. So it's funny because all you have to do is click download. So you're actually gonna have to go ahead and download it, but one credit is one image download. It's pretty simple. It's fairly cheap as well. So this is all you'd have to do, and then you just go ahead, click download, choose your credit package. If you know, $4 for 15 credits, basically 15 images, etc. Fairly cheap, pretty cool, very easy to use. What you would do is literally go ahead and just drag it onto the picture. So let's say you want to use this. Let's say you already has a white background. What we're going to do is also take this. We can delete this. I actually really like this one. So I'm just going to kind of move this over to the side just to show you this because I personally really like the way that it looks with the drop shadow and everything. But obviously we don't need that. We can go to Uploads. So I just brought the image right inside. It's uploading. All I did was drag it up here, right onto Canva. And then drag this like this right here. And I have some great news for you. We are now done with the image. Click download and it downloads right from Canva. It's very, very simple on how this works. It is extremely easy to use. It is extremely, extremely simple and definitely something I would recommend. So if you want more ad templates, what I'm gonna tell you to do right now is go to the description and take a look at the free downloads that we have for you. So in the next video that I'm actually gonna be releasing, we're going to be talking about how to go out there and properly do targeting for your ads. So we're actually gonna go ahead and break down Facebook ad campaigns. We're really gonna dive into it. So what I want you to do is step number one, like I told you in the beginning of the video, is actually go and download the templates so we can use them together as we go through
all of these training videos. Number 2, what I want you to do is give a like on this video so I can go ahead and keep on cranking out more and more content, letting me know that you actually like this. So without any further ado, this was our very first video for the Facebook ads segment. So again, what I want you to do right now is download the ad templates. They're free. You don't have to pay anything. You can go ahead and use them. They're on Canva. You're literally going to see this particular ad. Go ahead, use them to the full potential so we have ads. And then in the next few days, I'm going to go ahead and release the next video where we talk about targeting and really diving deep into who sees your ads now that you have the foundation, the fundamentals to go in and creating your ads. So without any further ado, thank you so much for coming and watching this video. My name is Dan Dasilva, and I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.